So what I already did was I did the back portion already, and while I was curling, I used the clips to hold it in place. So what this does is it actually allows the curls to set in place and cool in place. I'm sorry. So I already rolled them under and pin curled it. So I'm gonna show you how I did it up here. Let me grab that. All right. So what you're gonna do first, you're gonna just detangle, make sure the hair is nice and smooth. You don't want anything to be any type of lumps or bumps or anything. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the curling iron, smooth it down on the hair to kind of lay down any of those little flyaways or anything. And then you're gonna take the curling iron, and you don't want to just clamp it down and just sit there. You want to make sure it's nicely just laying there. You want to take the hair, kind of curl it up, and then clamp it down. I'm sorry. You know what I'm doing is just kind of feeding the hair into the curling iron. And I'm gonna use this curling, the handle here, just rest it upon there. And you wanna make sure all this, the ends of the hair, and if you have to kind of open the clamp up some, that's fine as you twirling, but you want this end of the hair to kind of disappear. And then you're just gonna let it sit for a few seconds. And now I'm just gonna unroll it down like that. And now I'm going to use one of these clips. And what I like to do is just take it and just kind of twirl it around my finger, just like that. Okay, make sure it's nice and smooth. And now I'm going to take this clip and slide it right on in there. Okay, I'm going to show you again. Now again, this is going under, okay? Once when we go to the sides here, now what we did was we just kind of had like a little imaginary line going from ear to ear, right? So this side, I always keep it separate, and I always curl these sides and the front last. So now I'm gonna take this curl, and because we're on the side of the head, I wanna kind of have it going away from the face. You can have it curling under, but this particular time, I'm kind of gonna have it away. So again, you take it, take the curling iron, hold it down right at the top, and just kind of smooth itself on down. And now you're going to take this curling iron, hold it sideways, and you're just going to bring it in there. Don't clamp it down yet, because you're going to take this around just like that, clamp it down, and now we're going to just start smoothing it on out. And you just want to just keep feeding it. And like I said, if you have to open up that clamp just a little bit as you smoothing it, that's fine. But you just want to make sure that this end kind of disappears. And now you're just going to sit there for a second. And now you're just going to release it. You just kind of use the clamp to clamp it on down. And you want to make sure you pin curl it as soon as possible, because you don't want it to set in place, because then your curls is going to be extremely loose, which some people don't mind, but I'm not for today. For this purpose, I'm going to make sure I pin curl it afterwards so you can see the style a little bit better. So again, I'm just going to take this smoothing on over. You probably got to get behind me.
Go around so you're able to see it.
So you just smooth it on down. And again, I'm just going to take it. Don't clamp it down yet. I just got it around like that, and then I'm going to clamp it down and just smooth it along the way. And again, I just want to kind of stay to the side. Don't stay straight parallel to the floor. You want to kind of have it a little directed downward and then a diagonal towards the floor. Okay, just going to let that sit. And I do have this curling iron up on a high setting.
You may want to be careful whenever they're touching it, going around that little end tail.
Yep, be very careful on that part. Like I said, immediately you want to just hurry up and pin it before it cools down in place. Just swirl it around your finger. And you don't want it to be too tight. You just want it to be like a nice size pin curl. Now we're going to the front, okay? So what I normally like to tell my clients is to make sure that this first one that you're gonna do down here by the ear only, this one is gonna curl towards the face, not away from the face. If you do it away, what's gonna happen is everything is gonna look like one big huge curl, like a Goldilocks. So you wanna have this one going forward the face, and then the rest of them going away from the face. So I'm gonna clip this up. And these are the little elastic straps that we have here. So I'm just gonna pull those out the way. Okay, now I'm gonna take this curling iron and again do the same thing what I was doing earlier. Hold it here.
It's going towards the face this time. Let's go around so they're able to see that a
So
little
just
bit
going
better.
forward the face just like this, clamp it down, and now I'm just gonna just smooth it just like I did the rest of them. Okay. And like I said, you just want to smooth it on out. And because the hair has been framed towards the face, it's going to look a whole lot better. Alright, I'm just going to take it and pin it. Like I said, you don't want to have it too tight of a pin curl. You want to kind of have it a little loose, but not too loose. And now I'll just pin that. So now we're gonna split these up into 3. So I'm gonna do one up here and one up here. So normally I would just kind of split this in half. Okay, pin this away. Now this time you're gonna go vertical, going straight up and down. Okay, so I'm gonna take this curling iron, ease it right up in there. Take it. Don't clamp it down yet. Bring it over. Now go ahead and just start feeding it on in there. And again, you just want to make sure these little tail ends get tucked in. And bring it on down and let that sit for a little bit. Now, if you feel like it's not curled good enough for you, it's okay. Just go back over it. If you want it a little bit more defined, just go back over it. Make sure you get all your ends. There you go. Go into that pin curl. Hurry up and pin it. Same thing here. Oops, I did clamp it down. I didn't mean to, but I'm just gonna feed that hair on in there.
And if they're scared about their finger maybe getting a little burnt, they do have like a little protective glove that be in the store. So if they're afraid of that, you can get a protective heating glove.
And those are good for, like, some people think it's just good for wand curlers, but it's not. It's even good for these situations as well, this style. So again, that's how it's gonna look on that side, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this side. Take it, again, we're gonna do it in 3 sections. Okay, take that, clip this away, and again, this is gonna go forward to the face. And then take it, hold it right here, swing it
Go
on
over so they're
around.
able to see that part.
Hold
So
this
this
in
one's
here,
going to the front.
swing it on to the back. Don't clamp it down, now clamp it down. And you're just gonna feed it. Now, some people will start at the end and work their way on up and roll it up, but if you do it that way, it's not gonna give you that nice, tight curl. It's gonna be more of a curl at the end. So feeding it this way is gonna give it that on base curl where it's a little bit more tighter than your regular curl if you was gonna start towards the end. Let it sit for a minute. Now I'm gonna feed it on down. Again, if you feel like this is not good of a curl, take it up there again. And it's best to do it while it's nice and hot if you feel like it's not good of a curl. Because once when it cools, it kind of sets that curl pattern in place, and some people don't want that. So again, just let that sit some. Okay. Twirl in your finger and then pin.
Is there a certain way they need to pin?
Yeah, placing the pin.
Mm-hmm.
You can place it. I
the
normally
pin.
try to place it in the back and make sure you connect some of the hair with it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, then it's just going to slip right on out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is your second one. All right, now again, you don't want to, you want to start kind of like right up in here. Hold it. Don't clamp it down yet, just bring it on around. There you go. Like I said, just keep feeding that hair. And if you got some little hair that falls out, that's fine, it's no biggie.
Do anyone have any questions? Is there anything that you would like to ask while we are live?
I'm excited for you guys. I know a lot of my clients been saying, Dominique, I don't know how to curl this unit, or I can't get it to how you had it before I left. So now you can always, that one just kind of fell out. You can always go back to this video and kind of get an idea of how to do things. And again, if you feel like you're not comfortable yet, do this on a day where you don't have nothing to do. If you want to sit there and watch your little sitcom shows or whatnot, you know, while you curl the hair, that's completely fine. But if you do it on a day, on Monday morning when you're rushing to get to that meeting at 8 o'clock, you probably going to frustrate yourself. But we do have another technique, which I'll show you in a minute, on what you can do to, if you're on a time crunch and you don't have time to curl it or anything, then I'm going to show you another method that you can use, which is our steam curlers. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this back over. And again, we're just going to make sure it's nice and smooth. Oops. Okay, hurry up and do this before it locks in place. And this unit I have here, it is for sale. If you're interested, you can always just send us a message, or you can send us a text, either one, and we'll make sure we get that price out to you. So again, I'm just going to feed it on in here, make sure the little end is in there. Okay. And like I said, just make sure you kind of let the curling iron sit for a little bit. Because if you take it out too soon, then it's not going to lock that curl in there. Now this particular hair is our Cambodian natural wave texture. So it's similar to body wave, but it's just in our Cambodian hair. All right, and then as you can see, I'm just gonna let it sit in place. The best thing to do is probably let it sit for about, I'll say about 5-10 minutes, somewhere around there. If you want to spray some little holding spray, that's completely fine, but you want to make sure you have the brushable one. Nothing is too hard that's going to make the hair really hard. You want something like Sebastian. They have a light holding spray that's very, very good. And it's something that you can easily brush out, but it will hold the hair in place and kind of keep it from that humidity getting to it. Okay, so